Hello, how you doing? I'm Robert
Hi,
Rodriguez,
I'm Nicole. Nice to meet you guys.
and this is our fourth video of grief share experience, and we're having another day of missing my spouse, Ray, and that's every day. Takes longer than others. Mine's taking longer than others. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but and Nicole's a very good friend of ours. We went to Houston when he was going through his cancer treatment, and she was kind enough to give us an extra room in her apartment.
Yeah, so I was very fortunate enough to have crossed paths with Robert and Ray, and I miss him every single day. Um, I didn't expect to become part of this family and become as ingrained in this family as I did. I especially didn't expect to fall in love with Ray and Robert here. Um, and every single day that goes by, I miss him more and more. And Robert and I talk about what it feels like to lose somebody that you love. Not just physically, but sometimes you also lose people that are still here on this earth, and it still hurts just the same. And I've been unfortunate enough to have experienced that as well. Um, Ray was a very kind soul. He was very, very sweet to me, and um, I was fortunate enough before he passed away to give him one last goodbye kiss. And he's forever left his imprint on me, and much like Robert feels his loss, I also feel his loss too. And one of the things that Robert and I have talked about is that even though loss may happen, whether it's a physical loss or it's a loss in your life, it's a lost boyfriend or a girlfriend, or it's a circumstance that has made you feel empty. It's not the end of the story. It may be end of the chapter, but it's not the end of your story. And they say time heals everything, and sometimes time doesn't quite work as fast enough for us as we would like it to. But we've come to realize that going through these types of experiences is integral for us as people, as human beings, and as souls to learn these really hard lessons so that we can ascend to the next level, as hard as that may be for some people to hear. And it's great that we both have very good support systems and we're here for each other. You have Grief Share, I have you.
In church.
In church, yeah. So if you don't have those things and you're watching this right now and you're going through a similar circumstance, we both highly recommend that you reach out to the community or you find different avenues, something to help you become your support system. Because if you don't have that, remember that you're not alone in this. It may feel like you are, but you're never alone in this. So.
That's very true. Very true. And keeping busy too. It's keeping busy helps. Believe it or not, it does. It
Yeah.
helps. And sometimes I will admit I'm just sitting down and it starts to hit me, and it's like, oh my God, it's starting again, and you got to get up and do something, because if not, it's gonna get you. And just remember that he is here. He's still alive. He's just ended his contract, and he's across the veil, and he's waiting for me. Whenever it's my turn, I gotta finish. I mean, then again, you're never promised tomorrow. So that's what I believe. And it's been proven by many churches. For a fact that that's what really happens. And Ray loved Nicole. I mean, he was so. I remember he told me, he said, "Oh my God, the first day we met her, we just fell in love with her. We were like, oh my God, this woman is like, she's sensational, and uh, she's not like everybody else. She's heart, she's full of heart, and we just love her. We love her. I love her. And I'm sure I mean, he appreciates everything that Nicole did for us. And if it weren't for her, trust me, she's done a lot, and I thank you for that. And but yeah, but I'm still going day by day, and I hope everybody is going through the grief. You know, Remember that keeping busy helps. Go to church, go to God, pray. He hears you. And we all have to go through this process of pain. I didn't realize that until just recently. That that's the way life is. And I still have more lessons to learn from ahead of me. I'm 50 years old, and I still have a lot to learn. I mean, I don't know how many more years I've got, or how many months or days. I don't know, but you just gotta keep going.
Yeah, and I think that there's, and I have not experienced losing a loved one physically. I have experienced losing someone who is still alive but is no longer in my life. But there are many stages of grief that you go through, and some of them are a hell of a lot harder than others to get through. And it's okay to say, I need help. It's okay to say, I need someone to talk to. It's okay to say, I need some time, but I also need some intervention. Because if you don't, you're forever going to be stuck in this feeling of just perpetual blankness, and you have this horrible, painful feeling in the pit of your stomach and in your chest that overrules you every day, day by day, and it's crippling. And if you don't get that help, or at least have someone to talk to, even if it is a friend, a coworker, the mailman, somebody, anybody that you can develop a relationship with, do it. If it makes you feel good and it feels right, do it. Because like I said, you're not alone in this. And it's okay to give yourself some time. It's okay to feel like the road ahead is a long one and that it's never going to end. But the reality here is it will. It will eventually. And you have to be patient with yourself first and foremost, because if you do go through a traumatic circumstance where it makes you question life itself, it's really hard for you to get back to your day-to-day life and do the things that you enjoy again. And that's something that Robert has had to go through, slowly but surely. But Robert has taken the steps necessary to properly go through the stages of grief, and he's had a support, and there have been days where Robert has, weeks where Robert has not talked to me, and it's time, and I don't take any offense to it, because I know that he needs time to himself to process everything, and as long as you're in a state where you're continuing to process what's happening and you're not just staying stuck and staying stagnant, you're making progress. And that's something that you have done an amazing job of. And every single day I come over, every single time I come to this house, something is different, and he's changed something, and he's made something better, and he's made so much progress. And are there days where maybe you fall back? Maybe some days where you lay down in bed and cry? Sure, that's okay.
And it's okay to do it. You can cry in the shower. You have to let it out. Don't bottle it up, inside of you, because I did that. There was a day that I was supposed to go do something. I forgot what it was, but I said I couldn't go because I knew that I had to let it out. And boy, did I let it out. But you have to, sometimes I wish that nobody had to go through this, but I still have my dad, I still have my brother, I still have me, I still have Nicole, as I consider her my family, my brothers and sisters, and you don't know what's up ahead, so you gotta be strong for them too, and, you just gotta keep going. And sometimes it seems unfair because you go out there looking at the world and everybody seems to be going about their day, and you're like, wow, I just lost Ray, and everybody's like enjoying themselves, but that's because they're not related, and
Yeah.
they just gotta keep going. But one day it's gonna happen to them, and I remember other people losing other people, but I didn't know what it felt like until it happened to me. I could have died, and Ray could have still been alive. It could have been vice versa, but everything happens for a reason, and I'm still trying to cope with it, day by day. And believe me, I'm not over it, but I have my days. But I'm so glad that Nicole's here, because if it, sometimes I'll have her, sometimes I'll have the grief share, the group that I go with. I have my sisters, I have my brother, to talk to. I have dad, here, and I have somebody. I'm never alone. Whether they want to hear me or not, I bother them, especially my sisters. But it's okay to, because they're your family, and they're gonna hear you out no matter what, because you need to.
Yeah.
You need to, and I'm grateful for what I have. My friends, my family, because if it weren't for them, I don't know where I would be.
Same, same. Robert has also helped me through a really dark period, and
We were there for each other. I remember.
we were. And I did come over here in despair and grief, and he really helped me just talk me through, the maze that was my own thoughts in my mind, and really helped me to climb out of the pain. And when you have somebody to help you rationalize your thoughts and help affirm with you that no, you're not going crazy, those are all very natural things to feel, then it gets a lot easier. And eventually you will get to the place where life will start to slowly but surely with time get back to normal. You may start to take the same path that you did with your spouse or with your loved one when they were here.
That's what we're doing. We barbecued a little bit.
Yeah.
We were at the table. We prayed, and we reminisced a little bit. Like what Ray used to do. We used to laugh together, and we used to. Reminiscing is good. The good things, not the bad things, but the good things.
Yeah.
And we always say, "I love you, Ray." And every day, there's not a day that goes by that I'm always saying, "I love you, I miss you." But I know I can feel he's there. But that's what we did today. We made a good day out of today.
Yeah.
Dad
And
was there, and
yeah.
we were.
The entire family was there, and by family I mean Robert and I and Dad and Rocky. We're kind of our own little family, but we did things normally. We had a really nice barbecue, and we had some drinks, and we sang Dad happy birthday.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's okay to feel guilty doing those things without your partner.
Yeah.
As much as it feels uncomfortable, it is okay to feel a little guilty. But the reality is your partner or whoever is always there. They're always going to be there for you. They're always going to see what you're doing. And as long as you keep your heart open and keep your mind and your thoughts continuously moving in a growth mindset, then you're going to find that day to day things that you do are going to get a lot easier. It may be a little bit easier the next day to go into that closet where their clothes are. It may be a little bit easier to rearrange some furniture in your bedroom with that person. It comes with time, and ultimately you have to be patient. And that's not what everybody always wants to hear, but that's the reality. And like we said, even though Ray's gone, it's not the end of the story. And
He was with us.
Yeah, he was
with us.
He was with us. And
Whenever somebody's doing something for someone they lost, especially in remembrance, they're there.
Yeah.
Do they like it? They like when you talk about them. and when you talk to them, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And you should always talk to them, and you should always have that conversation because they hear you and they're always helping you.
Guiding you
And
in the right direction.
yes, always. Divine intervention or divine guidance is what you will always receive when you're talking to God and you're talking to your angels and you're asking them to come down and surround you by their white light and help get your messages across to your loved one. So
Yes, and I'm just grateful that you're here. I know you're gonna leave tomorrow. I'm gonna be really sad, but I'm gonna go visit a friend. I'll keep busy. I'm gonna clean up, you know, keep just go to your day. Just do your what do you call that daily routine that you do every day, and just don't ever just like I used to. I was isolated. Remember I discussed that before. I didn't want to do anything. By doing that, it's not helping you. And it's not going to help you, it's only going to make it worse. Force yourself to do it because they don't want you to feel this way. They don't want you to feel grief, even though I still do it, but it's because of the loss. It's not because, you know, they're gone, because I don't believe that they're gone. They're still alive. They're just not here in the physical world, you know. So they don't want to see us grieving, you know, because they love us too much. So,
well, thank you guys for
thank you, and we'll do another feature with you, another
yes.
Another video when she returns. I don't know
Yes.
when that's gonna be 'cause she works out of town, but we'll do another one, and I hope you enjoyed Nicole because she was fascinating, and you know, she helped me a lot, and I'm helping her, and we're getting through this. We're still helping each other, so there's no healing yet. You know, we're still going throughout the day. So
Yes,
thank
still very much healing, just in different forms.
Different
So
forms, yeah.
remember, above all else, that someone out there loves you and someone cares about you. So if you haven't heard from somebody in a while, reach out to them and tell them that you love them.
Well, thank you for watching this video, and we'll come back and do another one pretty soon. Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Okay, bye bye.